What is up, people? It is me, Monster58, and welcome back to another video review. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Studio Series Transformers the Movie 86 Leader Class Dinobot Snarl, and really excited to bring this to you guys. This is really the first set of Dinobots that I've been able to ever complete, so I'm really excited for Soup to come out, and obviously Snarl is going to help complete that the Penta, right? The amount of Dinobots that there are, the big five of them. So, taking a look at the packaging, got some amazing artwork as per usual of Snarl here. Got some more here on the side of Snarl, Studio Series 86 as well, Leader Class. Looking here on the other side, got some more real nice art, pretty much the same as the other side, just mirrored. And finally, you have your obligatory product shots. Snarl with the sword, as well as Snarl in his Dinobot mode. And there's not too much else there to show off. Obviously, there is the display stand, but I personally don't really care all that much about it. You guys can take a look at it here. I mean, yeah, it exists, and it's I believe one of the scenes from the I believe this is one of the areas from the one of the episodes where I think Optimus Prime gets Orion Pax gets turned into Optimus Prime. I believe that's what that's supposed to also represent, but I don't really care all that much for the display stands. I think that they just take up room and that they're unnecessary. But if you like them, you like them. I personally don't. And so, without further ado, taking a look at the packaging, I think we're all over with that. Let's go ahead and get this guy out here and take a look at the actual figure. Alright guys, taking a look here, we do have our lovely little boy Snarl here in his awesome Stegosaurus mode, and I gotta say, I really do like how this guy looks. He's really cool. So, looking at some of the details here, we'll do a little zoom in on here. Let's go ahead. First off, taking a look at the head, you do have a very nice Autobot logo. Now, it is kind of a little bit ruined by how the head is split. You can sort of see that there by how the head is split. Kind of unfortunate there, but other than that, really nice Autobot logo, very nice paint on the eyes, very nice details here. You can go through the rest of the Dinobot mode. Got some really nice molded in and painted details as well here along the side of the Dinobot mode. Got some more here as well. Taking a look at the spines, I also really like how they're painted in that gold that all the Dinobots are really made out of. That, you know, is their most striking color. Got some nice red paint here. Again, some awesome molded in detail here on the top of his body, in the back here as well. More molded in details here on his hind legs as well as his thigh areas here. Very nice, and a nice painted gold tail. Can't go wrong with that. Very well done. More painted gold here for the spines on the back. Overall, I mean, there's not really anything I find that's particularly wrong with this guy at all. Now, this came off while I was doing the, zooming in on the details. Unfortunately, this did come off, but this is his sword, and I think it does look very nice molded in detail, and it is also representative of what we did see in the show. Very nice silver. It is this bendable plastic, but that makes sense, so this isn't too sharp. Obviously, you don't want to kid to get a hold of it or anything. The handle is yellow, but it's whatever because you're not really going to see it. Now it stores here. So basically, right here there are these two pegs here, and then you have these two holes here on the sword. And all you got to do is sort of tap that in like so. Now, it doesn't stay on particularly well. Obviously, if you shake it here, it won't fall off, but if you're knocking things around, this thing will unfortunately break. I mean, not break, will unfortunately fall off a good deal of the time just because it's loose. But overall, still a really awesome Stegosaurus mode. And I think something that some other people pointed out is this may look weird that the tail is like this, but in all reality, it kind of doesn't really hurt the figure at all. I think it's rather representative of what we saw in the cartoon as well as the movie, so nothing wrong there. For the articulation, let's take a look at the articulation in Dinobot mode. So for Dinobot mode, you do have this opening mouth. Now, unfortunately, you can see it fall off there. Excuse me, just picking that up from my floor. But as you can see, unfortunately, there is no blast effect thing in here. I'll take a. You can take a look here. There's nothing blast effect compatible in here, so you can't plug anything in there, which is unfortunate. But the mouth does open about that big. Opens just like this. Head doesn't turn or anything like that. But taking a look at the legs here, they do a full 360. Whoops. That's part of the transformation, like so. They do not rotate at all, and then they can just go back and forth like this. And basically same here with the back legs. You can do a full 360. You got some nice ratchets in here. These do become his arms, so very nice there. And then you do get back and forth. And here you do get a swivel. You can do like a full 360, but that's about it with this guy. So, Overall, again, a really good Stegosaurus mode. Nothing really too crazy about it, but I'm just happy that it looks fantastic and that it is representative of what we did see in the cartoon. And I think with that, I think we are due for some comparisons. So, setting Snarl off to the front here. So what we have here first is we have him with Legacy Evolution Deluxe / Beachcomber. As you can see, they scale relatively well. This is probably how they would scale for the most part, like in the cartoon, I would imagine. IRL, this Beachcomber would arguably be like this small, but you can see the size difference here. I'll even do one of these so you guys can take a look. Yeah, this guy's pretty chunky, but obviously this is a leader class and massively chunky. So yeah, just a nice little comparison here with Beachcomber. All right, and sorry I couldn't get this all in the shot, but obviously, as best I could, I did my best to get this in the shot. But here he is with his current Dinobot brethren. As we know, we have Studio Series 86 Grimlock, Studio Series 86 Slug, and Studio Series 86 Leader Class Sludge as well. So we got all these guys here, and they look brilliant together. I mean, these guys are part of a team, obviously, and they look really, really good together. They all scale fantastically. I do think that Sludge his neck should be a bit taller. Probably should be here, and it should curve a little more. But other than that, these are pretty much the best, like, mass retail Dinobots that we've gotten in a long time. Ever, I think, when it comes to the accuracy to the 86 cartoon or the 80s cartoon overall, 86 movie, right? And so I'm really, really happy, and I cannot wait for Swoop because for me personally, I love dinosaurs. I know I'm an older guy talking about I love dinosaurs, but I love dinosaurs. And so to have a full set of Dinobots for once, this will be my first time having it. So I'm really, really excited to get Swoop out here. But Snarl looks fantastic amongst his Dinobot brethren. And with those comparisons out of the way, let's get to the transformation, which is actually pretty simple. So starting off here, what we're going to do, obviously if you have the sword there, just remove it and set it off to the side. I already did that because it kept falling off, so what are you going to do there, right? So just set it off to the side if you haven't. And what else we're going to do here, first we're going to take this top section and we're going to untab it here, and then we're just going to rotate it down like so, and then keep it there like this for now. Sorry, keep it there like this for now. Next thing we like to do is to untab this entire section, and I like to sort of wiggle and pull this out because this whole chest section will untab here. And then what you can do here is come here to the bottom, and then you can just untab these. Then you can take this entire section and then rotate the legs like so. What I like to do here is then just split the legs, and then we'll do one leg at a time. So going here for one leg, what I like to do, take this panel, flip it, take the head and rotate it in, and then basically you'll see right here it tabs right into that section, so you just go ahead and tab that in right there. Then you rotate the leg all the way down. Then repeat the same process on the other side, flip, rotate down, and then it takes a little bit of snap that right into place, and then you got that here. Next thing I like to do is basically what you notice is that this is like this, right? This section right here. You can see this little indent that's outward. So what you got to do is you sort of push from this side and also push from the opposite side. So push from this side as well with like your fingers like I am, and then you sort of push that in. You got that right, and it's perfect. Same thing here. Just sort of push this in and push that in, and you got it. And you can see now it's flush. So next thing with the legs, the one thing I like to do, flip the toe out, and then what you can do here is take this section, sort of flip the foot down, then rotate it around like so for now. Then after this, what I like to do is come around here on the back, and you flip this entire, continue rotating this entire section, and as you're doing it, you can just rotate this section here like so, and flip it and clip it in like that, and then this little tab should rest right there. Then all you got to do is basically you rotate this whole section in, and then these two tabs will basically sit in this rivet section here within the hollow parts of the legs, and there you go. Now you have your next set of legs. So again, flip this down, come around here, flip this down, then you can sort of rotate this out, rotate this around all the way, like so. Press that in, and then just flip this entire section. Do that, and now you should be good to go. Then after this, just take these sections and just, for the ankle articulation, you can keep them like that, and then you can rotate this entire section. So now you should have something that is very similar and akin to this. Then after this, what you like to do, very easy, just push this down, and then you take the arms and you can rotate them down like so, and you can see they're already sort of coming untapped. Then come around here to the back, split the tail, and basically you'll have, you'll essentially have a tab there. You can see right here, you have this golden tab right here, and you have this little hole section right there. You just push that in, and then do the same on this side. Remember, tab, hole, just push. Next thing you like to do, take the head, flip it up because it's easier to flip it up when this section is like this, so flip it up like so. Then all you got to do, take this back piece section, you rotate it down, and it'll essentially there is a tab right here, this little tab right here, you can see that here, and then there is a hole right there, so just do that. You got that going. And now for the arms. Very, very easy to do the arms. So what you do is, while this arm's already doing it, you just untab this section, and then basically what you're going to do is rotate this entire section until you hear this section, the bicep of upper part of the arm, click into place. Just got to push a little bit. There's a click. Rotate this a little bit down. Rotate this down. Then what you can do here, take the hand, start to pull it out like so, rotate it out like that, then take the foot section, and then all you gotta do is rotate this around, flip it. Basically there will be a tab here and there's a hole in the top of the foot. Just plug that in, and then you just push that in. So again, to replicate the other side, all you gotta do, take this section, untab the arm, clip this in. What I like to do is, by rotating the fist, you kind of force this whole thing to rotate around. So rotate this, roll the fist out, flip this around, do that, plug that back in like that, rotate it around, get the arms all straightened out. So we get this whole guy straightened out as a whole. So everybody, without further ado, I present to you the Studio Series 86 Leader Class Snarl in his absolutely brilliant looking robot mode. And I gotta say, guys, taking a look at this guy in robot mode, this guy looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, I have nothing really against this robot mode in pretty much every single aspect that's possible, because this guy is just really good all around, and I think they definitely learned, especially from this guy, how to do legs, because these guys actually have really good leg joints in here. This guy does. So taking a look, let's take a look at some of the details here. I'm gonna do a zoom in, raise up a little bit here. So taking a look at the details, I mean, you can see that head sculpt is brilliant. I mean, there is not, I mean, that is Snarl. If Snarl could say what, you know, if Snarl could represent himself, like this is what Snarl is. This is how I saw him as a kid, and this is how a lot of people saw him as well. Absolutely fantastic. Really nice Autobot logo with the silver paint. Again, all this molded in detail that you saw in the Dinobot mode also comes out here in the robot mode. See some more nice details here on the sides of the arms, on the shoulders as well. See the nice detail, and he cleans up extremely well. You can see, if I stand this guy up here, you can see that there's really nothing here. Like there's nothing here on the backpack. The only thing here is literally his Stegosaurus tail, as well as just the spines, but this is how he looked in the original cartoon. Overall, really, really awesome. Looking at more of the details here, we'll take a look. You can see more awesome detail here in the abdomen area, and then going into the crotch section. It's kind of hard to see a little more, but for the most part, this is really well done overall. You got some nice molded in detail more for the rest of the arms. Got some nice stuff for the legs. All this gold appears on the legs. I mean, they pretty much got this guy fantastic, you know, like there's no better representation of this guy. Now, the only thing that people will qualm about, there is a hollow space here, but for the most part, this guy has near to no hollow spaces besides this part. And again, overall, an extremely well done robot mode by Hasbro to represent the character we saw on screen with Snarl. So, taking a look at this guy, let's go over the articulation. So, looking at the articulation, you have a ball joint at the head, so you can get a little side to side here, like neck side to side here. You do get a full 360, and you also get a little bit of down and a little bit of up. That's the only part that sort of suck, is that you don't get much up and down. You do get a little bit, but not too much. No ab crunch really at all. I mean, you can kind of, but that's more of the leg articulation down there. For the arms, you could do a full 360 with them, but unfortunately, because of this part here, the tail, you do get blocked off with it, which kind of sucks. But you could get a full 360, and these are nice ratchets, so you can listen to. I don't know if you can. If I don't know if my mic is picking that up, but if you can hear that, these are nice, nice hardy ratchets. Got some nice ratchets there. You do get a nice elbow bend here. And then you can even increase it even more with the extra joint that you get in the transformation. So you can get a pretty sick elbow bend with this guy. So just clipping that back in, you do get a bicep rotation here, but it does kind of look weird from like that kind of looks weird because of how this whole section works, but still nice. You get the bicep rotation, and then the wrists do rotate a full 360, which is always appreciated. Waist, you do get the full 360, obviously due to transformation, and then for the legs here, let's go to the legs. You do get forward all the way back, and these are really nice ratchets, and also nice in the knees as well. You get this far forward. You do get about this far back as well. Sorry about that. You do get this far back. You do get a 90-degree at the knee, maybe a little more if this part didn't block you get a little more than 90-degree at the knee, and then you do get some wicked ankle articulation. And I'll show you this. I actually experimented around with this. You can do some amazing splits with this guy. So if we do this here, like you can do the crazy splits with this guy, and you can see it's perfect. I mean, he's doing the splits. So overall, really amazing robot mode in pretty much any aspect that you could ask this figure to be a part of. And the last thing we'll show here is just the sword. So again, we'll bring in the sword. Obviously, there's the peg here, and then you just put it in the fist here. And here we have Snarl with his sword, which is how I'm going to be displaying him. So really cool stuff. I know that DK28, I believe, has, whatever the design kit, I think it is. I'll put it on screen. They make the stuff for, like, Menasor and a bunch of the other Autobots and stuff like that. They do have some really cool kits for all the Dinobots. So if you're looking for Dinobot swords to match this guy, I believe that they do sell them on BigBadToyStore. I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can take a look at that if you want. I'm actually thinking of picking up the Studio Series Gamer Edition Optimus Prime axe because that axe looks much better than the one that Hasbro gave us, but still really cool stuff. Really happy that this sword is tune accurate. So we're actually going to do some comparisons, and I'll set him off to the side here for now. So setting him off to the side. Alright, here we have Studio Series 86 Leader Class Snarl with Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Beachcomber. This is obviously scales really well together. Snarl should be absolutely massive. I believe up to his head, he is about 9 inches tall. I believe a little bit taller with like the spines and I think the top of the tails as well. But about 9 inches to the top of the head. So here's a nice comparison. So this is really nice. And guys, it was a little tough to get this into the correct order and get all of them on screen, really. But for the, well, not correct order, but just all on screen. But here we have all of the Studio Series 86 Dinobots that have been released as of right now. And these guys look fantastic together. Here's Snarl, and he looks fantastic amongst his Dinobot brethren. All we need is Swoop. Hasbro, give us Swoop now. I really want him now. I know they won't give it to us right now, but soon. Please give it to us soon. Yeah. And for one final comparison, because I'm going to also be reviewing this guy next, after this review. But here he is with the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Superhero Broly figure. And yeah, I mean, obviously this isn't how they'd actually scale IRL. Broly would be like yay big. But just wanted to bring this guy out so you guys could compare him to another figure line that you might own. And with all that out of the way, the last thing to talk about is the reverse transformation, which is pretty much just as simple as the transformation into robot mode was. So, to do that, let's start off by removing the sword, coming around here on back. What I like to do is just straighten the head out first. Actually, yeah, straighten the head out first. Then I just like to take this section and then you just rotate it up like so. And then you can take the head and you can flip it down like this. Next thing to do is I like to do the arms as well as the tail. So going into the tail, let's just flip this and snap it back together. Then taking the arms, all you got to do is untab them from their sections here. Then all you got to do is rotate the dino foot section out. Rotate the fist in. I just got to straighten the fist. Sorry about that. Straighten the fist. Sort of rotate this in. Like so. rotate the fist as you rotate the Dinobot thing out, Dinobot leg out, then take this section and you can just plug this in. Then you rotate this like so, and we'll just leave it like this for now. Same thing here, just sort of bring this up. What you can do, untab this section here, rotate this all the way around, and sort of tab this into place. So again, there'll be a tab there, there'll be a hole right there. So you just got to line these up and tab it into place. And you take the foot section, untab it, then rotate it all the way forward, like so, like so. And then all you gotta do is flip the fist down, and there you go. You have pretty much the Dinobot legs for the most part are good to go. Then I like to take this entire thing and extend it, and then you can rotate the waist around. Now to get to the legs, what I like to do, you take, so going one leg at a time, we'll go one leg at a time again. Going here, untab this. So bend the knee at 90 degrees first, then untab this, rotate the head, Dinobot head around, then you can just go ahead and spin it a little more, there you go, tab this into place. Then to do the rest of the leg, flip the toe down, then you can rotate this out to give you more clearance, and then you can just rotate this entire section out. And then come around here on the back of the leg, you can see the leg, so just the Dinobot leg, so just sort of rotate that up and around so it gets out of the way. And then basically what you can do is this section will just tab into this section here, so just rotate it like that. Keep that like this. What you can do is just keep it like that. So other leg, same thing. So what you do, take this section, do that, bend the knee to a little past, to about 90, a little more than 90 maybe. You take the Dinobot head, rotate that out, tap this back in, take the this entire section, rotate it around, come here to the Dino foot and rotate that as well, then rotate it and put it all the way down like so. Then you can just keep this out like so. Then on each Dinobot leg, just pull the foot out, fold the foot out on each side, and then what you're going to do is now tab this, basically this entire section. You can essentially tab it together already like so, and then what you can do is just leave these two big sections like this and leave the feet like this for now as well. So tab this entire section together, and then come around here to the top. Oh, sorry, one step I forgot. Take these legs, because this won't line up if you don't do this. Just got to go to the inside here of these legs and then push them out again, so that that little black tab, you can see that right there in between this leg and the gray part. Again, just do it on this side as well. So there, now you have that tab section there. Now we're good to go. Now this will line up a lot better. So now you can tab the sections together. I apologize for missing that step. I always forget that step. That's the one I always forget. And then take this chest section and lift it up, and basically lift this entire part up. What you can now do, you'll see right here, it's lifted up like so, and then you just rotate this around like this. And basically what you'll notice, it's really crazy how they did this. Basically what you'll notice is the feet will essentially slot into here. So what you do now is that this whole chest part's extended, so you just push it in, and then basically you have the two little holes on top of the feet. They'll just tab, so you just push this down, and you got that good to go. Then looking at the bottom of the Dinobot mode, here you have these two holes. You have the two pegs here on either side, and you just sort of push this down, snap those into place, make sure everything's good to go. Rotate the Dino foot down, rotate this Dino foot down, rotate this Dino foot down as well. And you can take the foot, rotate it like so. I like to have him standing. Yeah, this arm likes to come untabbed, which is unfortunate. Man. Come on. Stay in, please. There we go. Like that. And then on the same side, just rotate it around. Rotate this around. You rotate that around like that. Like this. Last thing to do. Really take this section. You just fold it in like those. Tab that in. And then there are two tabs here, two holes here, tab those in. Last thing you can do, take the sword, find those two tabs, these two holes here, tab them in like so. And ladies and gentlemen, here we do have Dinobot Snarl back in his dinosaur mode. So, at the end of the day, do I recommend Transformers Studio Series 86 Leader Class Dinobot Snarl? Of course I do. I think this figure is absolutely fantastic, especially if you're trying to complete a whole set of the Dinobots. I definitely recommend picking this guy up now before waiting, especially if scalpers get into it and they start to, do their thing where they absolutely increase prices to a ridiculous amount. So overall, if you're looking to pick up this figure, I do believe he's hitting retail now, except not in my area. He ain't hitting retail in my area anytime soon, that's for sure. But I think he might be hitting retail as of right now. I know I'm really late to the review overall, but this is when I only got the figure. I ordered mine from Hasbro Pulse, so I'll leave a link to Snarl in the description for Hasbro Pulse. I'm not sure if he's out of stock. If he's out of stock, I will let you guys know in the description, but I will still leave the link in the description if you guys do want to go check him out. If not, check your other online retailers such as Amazon and BigBadToyStore, who I will also leave links to for this guy in the description below, as well as for other Transformers products. And that's where I get a lot of my Transformers from and a lot of my other figures, including like this guy, for example. But overall, yeah, I have to give this figure probably a 10 out of 10. I mean, I don't see any major issues with this guy besides some of the articulation issues that you get with his head and stuff like that and his arms. But for the most part, this is a pretty flawless figure overall. So at the end of the day, that's about it for Snarl. I thank you guys so much for taking time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Also follow me on the socials linked in the description below. And then I will also have the playlist at the end of the video for the end screen, stuff like that. So yeah, again, thank you guys for so much for taking the time to watch this video. And I will catch you all in the next video. Peace, guys. Have a good one.